back, fans of the ECHL Insider. I am your host, Garrett Hunter, and as you just saw, the Utah Grizzlies running out of the tunnel on Saturday night against the Rapid City Rush. That was my first ever time being at Maverick Center for a Grizzlies game. So glad I got to go to that game. Really fun atmosphere as the Grizzlies defeated the Rush 5-3. And then the next morning, Sunday morning, I got the privilege of being on the same flight with the entire Rapid City team as they had a connecting flight just like I did from Salt Lake City to Denver. So that was a really cool experience getting to talk with the Rush players and everything. So shout out to the Rush. Thanks guys for letting me meet you and ask you guys a few questions. So thank you so much. Great game also in West Valley City, Utah on Saturday night. Really enjoyed getting to see the Maverick Center for the first time. Well, let's get into some scores from the last week of 2024 before we ring in 2025 with our top 5 games of the week. Well, the Tulsa Oilers had a 4-3 loss to Tahoe last week. Really close, really good game again. In Tahoe, another clutch win for them. They look really good. First year team, a lot of questions. How does a first year team do? But Tahoe is just humming along right now in the Mountain Division, doing very well. And the Jacksonville Icemen last weekend, a 5-2 win over the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Jacksonville looks good at the end of 2024. They have 4 straight wins, currently in second place in the South Division. And also in the South Division, Savannah. Back-to-back wins last week over the South Carolina Stingrays, 5-1, and then that clutch 3-2 overtime winner. Just what a shot, really, to win that game in overtime for the Ghost Pirates. Shout out to them. Just a very strong weekend to go on the road in North Charleston, win back-to-back over the Stingrays is very difficult, and the Stingrays a little bit shocked as they give up back-to-back to Savannah. Well, let's get you down to our top 5 games of the week as we bring in the new year with a New Year's Eve matchup between the Stingrays and the Ghost Pirates again, rematch from last week on Tuesday night in Enmarket Arena. Really looking forward to this. South Carolina, they haven't dropped too many, consistent in a row so far this year. So really looking to see, are they going to get a response now after giving back-to-back to this Savannah team? And how does Savannah do? You got 2 just really good wins, very important wins for them last weekend. How do they do coming into a big house, New Year's Eve crowd against the Stingrays? How do they respond if they can keep this momentum going against the Stingrays? And at number 4, New Year's Eve game again, Wichita Thunder and Kansas City Mavericks will do it from Independence, Missouri. Really looking forward to this game as you see the top team, in the Mountain Division again, Kansas City going up against a really good Thunder team so far. So really looking forward to this one. See 2 rivals go at it on New Year's Eve. Should be a really good way to close out 2024. And at number 3, another number 1 team in the Wheeling Nailers have a tough road trip though, Friday and Saturday to the Scope, taking on the Admirals. Admirals number 3 in the North Division right now. Really good Admirals team though. So they come off a trip though, few South Division games last week against Atlanta. How do they respond? Can they get 2 big wins against a Wheeling team that is very, very strong on the road we've seen so far this year? So should be a really good North Division matchup between Wheeling and Norfolk. And at number 2, number 1 versus number 2. Number 1 Toledo, number 2 Fort Wayne. They'll do it Friday and Saturday. Friday's going to be in Fort Wayne, and then they'll switch venues, go to the Huntington Center on Saturday night. Really looking forward to this. This one of the more bitter rivalries, you could say, in the ECHL between Fort Wayne and Toledo. Geographically pretty close together, but there's definitely been some great moments over the past few years between these 2 teams. And this could be one of those moments, that these teams remember in a rivalry. Back-to-back games you have to travel to. So Saturday night, especially in Toledo, should be very interesting. Maybe tempers might boil over a little bit in that one. And the stakes, very high. 2 very good teams. They want those points. They want to stay in the first place or get to first place. So should be really good matchups this weekend. And our top game of the week to ring in the new year in the Sunshine State. Jacksonville Icemen and Florida Everblades. Two teams that are really on a hot streak right now. Jacksonville's won their last 4. Florida's won their last 3. So how do these rivals match up on Friday night, January 3rd? It'll be the first game for both of these teams into the new year. So really excited for this one. Florida, they have been exceptional at home. They have only lost 3 games at home this year. Very, very hard to go down to Estero and win. But Jacksonville will try to do it on Friday night. Should be a really fun matchup there between the Icemen and the Everblades. We'll make sure to check out our fight of the week. Things really boiled over at the end of that Bloomington-Kalamazoo game. You'll see, make sure when you're watching it, look at the benches as 3 Bloomington players try to fight a Kalamazoo player while standing on that Bloomington bench. So big fight there between the Bison and the Wings. Hope you enjoy that. Make sure to go down below, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next week to recap the first week of 2025 and do another top 5 games of the week.
And now you got a fight that breaks out. Connor Lockhart against Salem. They won't let Lockhart go. Then Salem gets Lockhart. After Lockhart falls, and the Bison player from the bench grabs a Wings player. That's going to create some chaos. Lockhart trying to go back in. And now you got even more chaos breaking out. Jackson Leopard reached over from the bench to get involved. And now, throwing at Leopard is Berzola. Another fight. Staudiker taking center stage along the red line. Dropping the mitts with Pilon. Pilon trying to go for the lefts. And he popped Staudiker, knocked him down to the ice. Meanwhile, Broman he gets swallowed up and basically thrown in a headlock. Jackson Leopard.